We've written a book which is very much the quest for the urban underground space, for an urban underground future. We want to broaden people's perspective on what the underground space can achieve in the future of our cities.
We really started out with this book to write about the journey of exploration we had in the past 7 years, discovering what underground space can actually contribute to the cities of the future.
Using underground space is but a small part of a much larger puzzle that planners and geologists are trying to comprehend. It is a struggle, but people are pressing ahead, just like those early frontier pioneers, as they see the enormous opportunities and feel it's the only way forward as far as our cities are concerned.
We really wrote this book for urban planners, for architects, for designers, for policymakers, and really anyone involved or interested in urban development. The Urban Underground Future is about enabling cities to develop sustainably, be resilient, be livable, and be inclusive. Without corridors acting the way that streets do at the surface, underground development will remain isolated from the city and a long way from contributing to the livable cities we need.
Postmodern infrastructures require a radical rethink. Firstly, in order for them to develop in harmony with nature, and secondly, a rethink could also provide new ways of financing these infrastructures as they gain multiple uses and enhance urban ecosystems.
There's a lack of best practice and guidelines and vision in this subject. And we think it's a subject that requires cross-collaboration across many disciplines. It's important to have an urban service layer and to use underground facilities and utilities, but we really want it to be more than that, and it has the potential to do so. One of the reasons that the development of underground space has stagnated over the years could lie in the inability of its development to integrate into other developments, to create public spaces and become a vibrant part of the urban fabric.
And including underground space in spatial policy plans or other strategic plans is not something we see happening in the world at a large scale. And in the book we've taken the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. At first you might ask, right, zero hunger, underground space, how does that work? But we've found actually quite a few examples of where abandoned underground spaces are actually being repurposed.
And once we recognize this, we will be able to start exploring underground space in a different way, start planning the use of underground space, and start using it for a variety of uses.
As we point out in the book, there's challenges for designers and architects to work with the underground. I think it will be an eye-opener to a lot of urban planners and other professions. In an ideal world, it will be interconnected, integrated spaces where it really becomes of social value, and it will make cities more viable and resilient and more sustainable. This is a very exciting new project in Seoul, South Korea. It's the Women's University that not only works for its student, but that has become a lovable and livable place in Seoul. And I quote here from the book, "To put it simple, you can increase architectural density. When you build downwards, the architecture disappears, and there is room for green areas and public spaces. The ground keeps things cool in the summer and warm in winter. This means the Women's University has reduced its energy cost by 60%.
And we hope that future generations will maybe look back on that and then say, well, at least they tried hard to do their bit to save the future for us.
We can do more for our cities if we look at the underground and plan for it.